Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Scrafty. Now guys, this is team number 3 from my top 5 best anti-meta teams for the Great League. It is also a team that I first featured during the previous cycle of the Great League. So guys, with the massive shift in the meta with Zap Cannon, Registeel, I wanted to give this team another try and see if it could hold up to the shift in the meta. So guys, this team runs Scrafty on the lead. Scrafty's actually a pretty strong lead for the current Great League, as a lot of people are leading with Stunfisk to try and counter the newly buffed Registeel. So Scrafty is fantastic on the lead. And also on this team, guys, we have Cofagrigus, one of my favorite safe swaps in the Great League, guys. It has very neutral matchups across the board, with the exception, of course, for the dark types. That is why Cofagrigus is on this team, guys, is to draw out those Umbreons and those Obstagoons that might be lurking in the back. And Cofagrigus is bulky enough to hang in there and really pressure shields because it has fantastic charge move pressure. And it just shreds with those Shadow Claws with Stab. It is amazing. We are running Dark Pulse on Cofagrigus. It is recommended on PV Poke that you run Psychic, but I don't like running Psychic on Cofagrigus because Dark Pulse does nice neutral damage and it costs less energy. So I choose Dark Pulse. And also on this team, we've got Jellicent in the back to close the game strong. If you guys are familiar with my feature that I did during the previous cycle of the Great League with this team was designed to be an anti-Walrein team. And that is why we have Jellicent on the team. But Jellicent has strong play on the current meta as well. It does extremely well up against Altaria. It does well up against Azumarill. You just really want to look out for those Shadow Claw users like Trevenant and Sableye, which is why we've got Scrafty on this team. Very strong team, guys. And without further ado, let's hop into this first match. Sorry, forgot to mention this, guys. We chose the wrong team, so this battle is actually going to feature team number 5 for this first battle of the set. We clicked on the wrong team. You guys know how it goes. So we're going to have a impromptu look at team number 5 from my top 5 best team anti-meta teams for the Great League. We were met with a Stunfisk lead with our Ariados, so we safe swapped into our Cofagrigus, and we were looking to play this out. We did shield at the Earthquake and then make a play into their Azumarill. Cofagrigus does very well up against Azumarill, as it does outpace, and those Shadow Balls hit pretty hard, and they do start to add up on the very tanky Azumarill. Because we expended a shield on that Earthquake from the Stunfisk, we are not going to shield up this Play Rough. We can tank it pretty easily. And we're going to look to get to another Shadow Ball as they get to a potential Ice Beam. And we're going to look to go for this. It's not likely that they would shield, but they do. That would have come close to KOing. It would not have KO'd, but they're going to look to farm us all the way down. So we're going to come back in with our Ariados and tank this potential Hydro Pump. And as you can see, Ariados tanking that like a champ. Holy smokes, Ariados is amazing. And for some reason, we didn't throw when we should have, and we got a desynced CMP. So rather than expend that last shield, we're going to put all of our hope and faith into Sableye to close this game for us, and they've got a Trevenant in the back. We are even on shields. This is just a Seed Bomb. They did not build up to the Shadow Ball, so we are not going to shield this. And we are ahead on energy on this Trevenant, and our Shadow Claws are absolutely shredding. Going to look to go for a foul play. They could shield this, but if they don't, it will take them out, and it does. That is amazing. So they do still have that Stunfisk in the back, and they've got that Azumarill left in the back. Let's see if Sableye can pull this out for us. That Stunfisk is still relatively healthy. We have to shield up this Rock Slide, guys. That would KO. And we have nearly back-to-back foul plays. One foul play will KO this Stunfisk. So we have back-to-back just in case they want a shield, but they don't. They let it go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, they've got that Azumarill left. This Azumarill is energy dry. Our play is to farm it down, and Sableye pulls out the clutch win. Holy smokes. They go down with a shield. Maybe they got a little cocky, got a little overconfident, and their Azumarill and Sableye came through and took it out, guys. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. All right, let's see what we have up next here. Talonflame on the lead. Very interesting. Okay, so we're going to safe swap into Cofagrigus. Not the best matchup for our Scrafty. And they meet us with an Umbreon. So this is why Cofagrigus is on this team. To draw out the dark types like Umbreon, like Mandibuzz, like Obstagoon. So the Scrafty can come back in and farm it down. So we're going to play this out. You just go straight Shadow Ball in the Umbreon match. And you don't shield anything because you want the Umbreon relatively healthy to have enough farm for your Scrafty. So we're going to throw this next Shadow Ball before they can take us out. And probably shouldn't really, yeah, we can fully charge it. But this third one, we're going to look to undercharge because we realize that they're trying to get their health low by not throwing. So we undercharged that one. Could have no bubbled it, but in the middle of hitting the bubbles, we were like, "Hey, wait a minute! They're trying to get low purposefully." So we did a nice on that one, and we come back in with our Scrafty. Just gonna farm this Umbreon all the way down so that we can be as close to a foul play as possible for the Talonflame that is most likely going to come back in on us. And they are waiting their switch timer. Smart move. And we are just one counter off from the foul play. And they can let this go through. It's not going to KO, but it'll do a decent amount of chip damage. And it does. And we're going to stay in. We're not going to swap immediately. We want to force them to throw some of that energy, knowing that we have a Jellicent in the back that resists the fast move pressure. So that worked out well for us. And here we go, guys. It is Jellicent time. Jellicent dominates Talonflame. You obviously just have to watch out for the potential Brave Bird, but they only did 2 Incinerates, so we really didn't need to shield that. But, you know, guys, with the state of the game, it is possible to miss the animation on charge moves, so you can never be too sure. They shielded up our Bubble Beam, but we were just one off from the next one. If they want to go down on shields to try and get off this Brave Bird, by all means, but they don't. They let it go. And they've got a Trevenant in the back. Are you kidding me? Holy smokes. Guys, it's looking like the Mon for Mon hard counter phenomenon strikes again in this match. This team is not, it's not possible to beat this team. Of course, when you get a Mon for Mon hard counter, it is not fun. We should be top lefting. This is lights out for us, guys. We have no chance of winning this. But they are going to put us out of our misery with a Seed Bomb and end the torment. That's going to be a good game. Well played. All right, hopping into the next match. Let's see what we got. Medicham, awful lead, guys. We got to get the heck out of here and do our Cofagrigus safe swap just as fast as we can. And we do, and they're looking to stay in a little bit. Trying to build up some energy. They bank a move, and they make a play into a Stunfisk. So, guys, if they safe swap Stunfisk and they have a Medicham lead, it is often Medicham double steal. Or they could have a Lickitung in the back. Either way, it's looking really good for our Scrafty. And we're going to let this go through. Calling the bait here. They want to grab a shield advantage. So because we successfully called that bait and took the damage on the Rock Slide, they're just going to go straight Rock Slide from here on out. And that is quite all right, guys. We can get to our Dark Pulses pretty fast. And we do win CMP tie here. Although it doesn't have stab, it's going to do a decent amount of neutral damage, more than enough to take out the Stunfisk. And I believe we are going to let this go. It's just the Rock Slide, and it looks like they did fully charge that, not looking to undercharge. That is quite all right. We do get to another Dark Pulse, and again, this will KO if they let it go, and they do. So they're going to look to most likely come back in with Medicham to get a farm. This is just a power-up punch, but it is enough to KO, although it is double resisted with our ghost typing. They're trying to vamp up that counter damage, but here we go, guys. It is Jellicent time, and they're going to try and do some heavy damage with a boosted Psychic. And we're not going to let them do that. We're obviously going to shield that. That would do quite a bit to us. And they come in with the Bastiodon. So yes, our team read was accurate, guys. It is a Bastiodon in the back. It is Medicham, double steel. Very strong line, but Scrafty just dominates Bastiodon. It is not even close, even up a shield. Scrafty just gobbles Bastiodon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that is because with our fighting typing, we are resisting the fast move pressure, and we can just counter it right down. This Medicham is getting pretty low. We're going to look to pressure that last shield with a foul play. This will likely get the shield. Oh, no, they let it go. Very interesting. But so at this point, we can just counter it right down. Whatever they throw, it does not matter. Our Jellicent is very healthy in the back. This is looking like lights out for them. And Scrafty counters down the Medicham. Wouldn't you believe that? Holy smokes. It's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. And we're off to a strong start. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, do give the video a like, as you would be providing a massive help to the channel. All right, hopping into the next match. Let's see what we got up here. Surfetched. Awful league, guys. We got to get the heck out of here. Surfetch causes all sorts of problems for this team. Holy smokes. But we're going to come in with our Cofagrigus. And we are going to tank the potential Night Slash. We can tank it. Our Cofagrigus does have some very nice bulk in the Great League. So they chip and dip into a Walrein. And that Walrein got to that Icicle Spear very fast. Holy smokes. So we're only going to get off one attack. So we're going to go for this Shadow Ball. If they let it go through, it'll do a nice amount of neutral damage, as it does hit pretty hard. And they do farm us down. So guys, normally I wouldn't reveal the third Pokemon. It would make perfect sense to come in with Scrafty. But we're going to come in with Jellicent, because we need to get a nice healthy farm off of this Walrein. Jellicent does extremely well up against Walrein, and we can easily tank an Earthquake, no problem. And we're going to look to farm this all the way down, guys, because Jellicent with the Hex fast move generates, it's a slower fast move, so having loaded energy on any Pokemon with a slower fast move is very valuable. And we did shield up that Icicle Sphere, and they meet us with a Trevenant. So we have nearly back-to-back Shadow Balls. Of course, you cannot store two back-to-back, but we are awfully close. We're just one Hex off. They did shield up the first one, of course. That would one-shot this Trevenant. We're going to go for the next one and see what they want to do. And they go down on shields for the Trevenant. That is amazing, guys. So now we're going to come in with our Scrafty and look to power-up punch this Surfetched right off the screen here. So we get off that, and then we're going to look to farm it all the way down. Our Scrafty is healthy enough to power up, to counter it down with boosted counters from the power-up punch. Going to shield up the Leaf Blade. That would do a lot of damage to us. And we are extremely healthy. We can tank one of whatever this Trevenant has. This is just a Seed Bomb. We will survive this, and we will survive long enough to get to the super effective, I might say, boosted Foul Play on the Trevenant. That, of course, will one-shot. And we say bye-bye, Trevenant. And we say good game. Scrafty closing the game strong yet again in the Great League. You don't get much better than that. Scrafty closing strong yet again. Again, guys, if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to give the video a like, as you would really be providing a massive help to the channel. And we are met with a Walrein on the lead. A good lead. Go figure, guys. And, of course, they swap out into a Trevenant. So if they swap out into a Trevenant onto your Scrafty with an energy advantage, you know that what they have in the back might be a good matchup for Scrafty. And they let that Foul Play go through. That is amazing, guys. We're going to tank whatever this is. We can easily tank whatever it is. It happens to be a Shadow Ball, not a big deal. And we're going to look to counter this Trevenant all the way down. Holy smokes. Scrafty countering down the Ghost type. You'd love to see it. They come back in with, or they come in with a Skarmory. So we kind of just blind through this power-up punch expecting the Walrein, but it's a Skarmory in the back. So we're going to come in with our Cofagrigus. The switch timer is still not quite up yet. So they're going to throw a charge move looking to burn the clock, as they really would rather have their Skarmory on our Scrafty. We're going to go for this Shadow Ball. And if this lands, it'll do a decent amount of neutral damage, but they quick swapped in the Walrein. What sorcery is this? I saw Skarmory when I threw that move, but we did draw a shield nonetheless, and they do get to that Icicle Spear and take us out. We now have a shield advantage, so we're going to come in with Scrafty and really pressure this Walrein to dump some energy, but not before doing some damage. We are going to shield up the first one and look to really chip away at the health on the very bulky Walrein. Going to look to get off a power-up punch. I don't imagine they shield this. They can tank that pretty easily, and we're just going to counter this thing into the ground. Holy smokes. And they do get to a move. Walrein is so darn spammy. Going to let this go. We're looking pretty good here. We are now even on shields, and we do have a health advantage on our Jellicent. So this is quite all right, guys. We do win CMP tie up against the Skarmory. So we're going to take full advantage of that and really pressure that last shield with a Shadow Ball, and we do get the shield. That is amazing. And we are going to tank this. It's not a Brave Bird. They did not build up to a Brave Bird. That is just a Sky Attack. It, of course, takes 7 Air Slashes to get to the Brave Bird and only 5 to the Sky Attack. And we're going to CMP tie them again, guys. That is the beauty of winning CMP tie. This will KO the Skarmory, or just about, not quite. But we can safely shield up this Sky Attack. And it's looking like we're in cruise control here, guys. One Hex will take it out, and they've got that low health Walrein. Another Hex takes care of the Walrein. Jellicent closing the game in dominant fashion. You don't get much better than that. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. And that is the end of the first set of the video, guys. We got more battles coming your way, but so far this team is doing well, even with the shift in the meta with Zap Cannon, Registeel, the newly buffed Registeel in the Great League. This team is still looking good and holding up strong, even with the meta shifts. You don't get much better than that. But let's see how this team continues to perform in the Great League. You love to see it. And we met with a Venusaur. This is another Pokemon that really core breaks this team pretty hard, guys. We're in kind of a hard spot. And we're actually going to tank this Frenzy Plant. Probably not advisable, but we know that Venusaur typically comes paired with definitely a Stunfisk and usually a Bastiodon as well in the back. So probably shouldn't have taken all that damage on our Scrafty, knowing that there is at least a Stunfisk in the back. And of course, Jellicent doesn't want to see this Venusaur either, but they did shield, and they bring in a Sableye. Oh my goodness. It had to be a Sableye. Why couldn't it have been a Bastiodon? We would do a lot better, of course, if it were a Bastiodon. As Jellicent wants nothing to do with a Sableye either, guys. This is not good. But we're going to try and flip switch advantage with our Cofagrigus. We are now down on shields. We're farming up a little extra just before they get to that foul play. And we're going to throw the Shadow Ball here. This will be more than enough to KO the Sableye. And hoping they actually come back in with the Venusaur. But no, they come in with the Stunfisk. So it's getting a little tricky here. I don't know why we did this, guys. We probably should have just thrown the Shadow Ball. But either way, it's not looking good at all for us, guys, because that Venusaur is just far too healthy for our Jellicent to handle, guys. We're going to try and make something happen. We're going to come back in with Jellicent, and of course, they immediately swap into Venusaur, knowing that they thoroughly outpace us to the massively super effective Frenzy Plant. That's going to one-shot, guys. And we just have our low health Cofagrigus left. This, of course, will KO the Venusaur, but it is just too little, too late. I am afraid the Stunfisk does have a move, and it is going to take out our Cofagrigus. So rough break in this battle. Not great, but it is what it is, guys. We press on. Good game. Well played to this battler. All right, let's see what we have next. Sableye lead. So this is a positive lead for us. So we're going to stay in here. And it looks like this Sableye is running Feint Attack, I believe. Guys, under no circumstance should you ever run Feint Attack on your Sableye. I'm not sure why they're doing this, but works to our advantage, guys, because we double resist that fast move pressure. And I'm not sure what the counts are on Feint Attack, but they did 12 of them, and it generates energy slower than Shadow Claw, so calling it as a return successfully. So that's a good shield there. Gonna just look to Power Up Punch and farm down, but they make an aggressive play into a Shadow Machamp, and here we go, guys. It is Cofagrigus time. You love to see it. They did build up to a Rock Slide, but we're going to let this go because Cofagrigus has some very nice bulk in the Great League, and we tank that. No problem, guys. Going to look to just go for a Dark Pulse. Although it is resisted, Shadow Machamp is very squishy, and we do draw a shield. That would have done a lot of resisted damage to the very squishy Shadow Machamp. This is just a cross chop. No need to shield this. And going to look to build up to another Dark Pulse and take out this Shadow Machamp. And look to flip switch advantage in this matchup here. Let's see what they decide to do. They shielded that. That is amazing. But, so they take out our Cofagrigus, but little did they know we had another Ghost type lurking in the back, just waiting for it. And we're going to see what they have. Oh, they decided to concede the match. I wonder what they had in the back. Could have been another fighter. Could have maybe even been a Talonflame. Just reading the team comp. But we will never know, I suppose. But GG's nonetheless. Let's see what we have up next here. Trevenant. Okay, decent lead here, guys. It's a lot closer than it really should be, considering that we are a dark type, but we need to land a foul play, and they can spam off seed bombs, at which they do outpace to those seed bombs, and they do start to add up. So we can tank the first one. Gonna look to go for the foul play. I'd go straight foul play against Trevenant. And they do shield. That is quite all right. Trevenant leads usually compared with an Azumarill and a Stunfisk. That's the most common pairing with a Trevenant lead. So they do shield, and they make an aggressive play into a Walrein. So here we go. This is why we have Jellicent on this team for the Walreins that are running rampant in the Great League, guys. You love to see it. We can tank the Earthquake, no problem. Gonna look to get off the Shadow Ball. I do imagine they let this go through, as they would want to have as little health on their Walrein as possible, while also flipping switch advantage. So they do let that go through. We're going to look to chip with a double resisted Bubble Beam while also debuffing that attack. Forcing them to throw energy yet again, expecting this to be just an Icicle Spear, but that will not KO, so they go Earthquake and they blow all their energy, but they are extremely low. We're not going to get a whole lot of farm off of it, just one counter. And expecting them to come back in with the Trevenant. They did have a Walrein. It could also be a Registeel in the back. That's also another very strong team comp. Trevenant, Walrein, Registeel. And they do shield, so there's definitely some kind of steel type in the back, guys. But that's okay. We're going to let the Seed Bomb go and put all of our hope and faith into our Cofagrigus to close this game strong, and it is a Stunfisk. So we can win this. We do have to call some baits here, guys, because their goal is to get our last shield to give their Trevenant a chance to KO our Cofagrigus, but we're not going to let that happen. They did build up to an Earthquake, but we're going to call it, guys. They need to grab that last shield, so we call it successfully. That is amazing, and we're going to just look to build up again here, and we will shield this one. This could definitely be the Earthquake, and we're going to err on the side of caution, and it is the Earthquake. We're making all the right calls here, guys. It's definitely going our way here. This is just a Rock Slide, not a big deal, guys. We are loaded on energy, and that Trevenant is energy dry, so all we need to do is throw this Shadow Ball. They tried to make an aggressive play to try and perhaps snipe us, but we're not letting that happen. And we KO the Trevenant, and we Shadow Claw the Stunfisk down. Holy smokes. Cofagrigus closing the game strong. You love to see it. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. Cofagrigus coming in clutch. Guys, again, if you like what you're seeing, do give the video a like, as you'd be providing a massive help to the channel. All right, let's see what we have up next here. Shadow Granbull. Oh my gosh, probably the worst lead you could possibly see. We're going in the Cofagrigus just as fast as we can, and we're going to look to play this out. They are looking to build up some energy before swapping into a Stunfisk. That Shadow Granbull with that charm is that damage output is astounding, guys. Just with the charms alone, they got us down to 50% health, allowing the Stunfisk to go straight Rock Slide in this matchup. So we have nearly 2 Shadow Balls here. Gonna look to go for them just as fast as we get to them. And they can't quite farm us down because we have some very good bulk, and they do shield. That is amazing. So they're going to look to get rid of us with another Rock Slide, I believe. Wouldn't make sense to go Earthquake there, of course. And we're going to come back in with our Scrafty and look to farm this Stunfisk all the way down. And not going to shield anything, as Scrafty is a little bit of dead weight, knowing that they have a Shadow Granbull on their team. And we're going to swap immediately, not looking to take any Shadow Charm damage on our Scrafty. And they make a play into a Defense Deoxys. So this is looking good, guys. It's looking like Jellicent can maybe pull this out for us, and they let that Shadow Ball go through. That is amazing, guys. Sometimes it just pays to not bait, and it paid off there. Gonna shield up the potential super effective Thunderbolt. That is a good shield. They did go straight for it. And we're going to look to farm down, as they're not going to get to another Thunderbolt. This is just a Psyshock. It's not going to do a whole lot to the very bulky Jellicent, and we have loaded energy for this Shadow Granbull. Going to look to bait with a Bubble Beam, and this will most likely draw that last shield, and it does. That is amazing. So this is over, guys. We get to the Shadow Ball. This is more than enough to KO the very squishy Shadow Granbull, and we say bye-bye to the Charmer, and we say good game, well played to this battler. All right, hopping into the next match. Let's see what we have here. Nidoqueen. Okay, not a good lead. We have 2 solid answers in the back, so we're going to safe swap into our Cofagrigus here. And it looks like they're going to look to get off a Poison Fang that did not build up to an Earth Power. No need to shield this. That is resisted with our Ghost typing. Just wanted to debuff us on their way out, and they make a play into their Stunfisk. So we have an energy advantage on this Stunfisk. Going to look to go for the Shadow Ball. If they let it go, it'd do quite a bit of neutral damage, but they do shield. You don't often see Galarian Stunfisk shield, but that is quite all right. We're not shielding anything. We will gladly take a shield advantage because we can get to another Shadow Ball and really get this Stunfisk low. And they can't farm down as well, guys. We will get to a Dark Pulse, and they know that. So they're going to throw some energy, and that is fantastic. We're going to let our Cofagrigus go down and take the shield advantage. Going to come in with our Scrafty and look to farm all the way down, and that is amazing. So we have loaded energy. Gonna make a play back. They make a play into their Nidoqueen. We go into our Jellicent, and they've got a Trevenant in the back. Trevenant down a shield does not do as well up against Jellicent with a shield advantage. Gonna bait, knowing that they need to hang on to this Trevenant, and that is amazing because we can now get to a Shadow Ball. All we have to do is shield up this Seed Bomb. And we are just 1 hex away. This is going to be one-shotting the Trevenant and taking it out. We say bye-bye, Trevenant. And they've got that Nidoqueen left. Guys, Jellicent dominates Nidoqueen. We just really have to watch out for a potential Earth Power. We are in Earth Power range, so we are absolutely going to shield this up. And it is the Earth Power. That is amazing. And we get to the Shadow Ball. This will be getting the Nidoqueen out of here and sealing the deal for us, and they concede before I can take them out. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played to this battler. And that is the team, guys. Jellicent closing it strong for us in the end. You don't get much better than that. And this team is still holding up, guys. Holy smokes. Even with the meta shift, it's still rocking and rolling in the Great League. You love to see it. So, like I said at the beginning, guys, I built this team and ran it during the last cycle of Great League. Originally intended as an anti-Walrein team, and it does do extremely well up against teams with Walrein, but it performs well overall against the overall Great League meta, even with the era of Zap Cannon Registeel running wild in the Great League. The team still holds up, even with the meta shift. You love to see it. So very strong team. Scrafty on the lead does very well as a lead. You just really want to watch out for those Charmers, of course. The poison types on the lead, you don't really want to stay in on. Cofagrigus is going to be your safe swap on this team. To draw out a dark type or something that Scrafty can beat. If they don't have a dark type on their team, they could have a Walrein or an Azumarill. Cofagrigus does enough hard-hitting neutral damage to perform extremely well as a safe swap. And if they do come in with a dark type, that's fine too, because they will take you out. You just come back in with Scrafty and farm it down. That way Jellicent doesn't have to see the dark type. That is how this team is designed. And then Jellicent in the back performs extremely well as a closer, as we saw in many of these battles. Including that last battle, Jellicent coming in clutch, closing the game strong, as intended with this team. Very strong. And although Jellicent doesn't do as well these days up against Zap Cannon Registeel, Scrafty, and of course Scrafty beats it, but Cofagrigus does well up against it as well. So the team will still perform well with opposing teams with Registeels on them. And it's just an amazing team. And Scrafty on the lead is very nice as well, because a lot of people will be leading with Sableyes to try and counter the Registeels out there. Scrafty does very well up against Sableye. You got Stunfisk leads as well to counter the Registeels, and Scrafty does well there as well. So very strong team. I had a blast running it. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all give it a try, and let me know how you do. But if you liked what you saw as well, guys, don't forget to give the video a like, as that really does help the channel grow. And I had a blast as always. I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.